Ladies and gentlemen, wealth is not a destination, it is a state of being. To manifest it, you must first understand this profound truth: the riches you seek are already within you. They do not lie in the world outside, but in the inner realm of your imagination. It is here, in this boundless creative space, that the seeds of abundance are sown. Close your eyes and see yourself as you wish to be. Picture the life of wealth and ease you desire. But do not stop there, feel it. Feel the freedom of financial security, the joy of giving generously, and the serenity of knowing that all your needs are met. This feeling is the key to unlocking the wealth that awaits you. Yet as you embark on this journey, remember this: let go of the how. The means are not your concern, they belong to the infinite intelligence of the universe. Trust that as you hold steadfast to your vision, the way will reveal itself. Your task is simple: to stay faithful to the reality you have imagined. Gratitude and confidence are your allies. Begin each day by giving thanks for what you already have, for gratitude is the magnet that pulls more abundance into your life. Stand tall in the conviction that you are worthy of wealth. Say to yourself, I am the embodiment of abundance, and wealth flows to me effortlessly. Persist, even when the physical world contradicts your vision. The external reality is but a shadow of your inner state. Do not waver. Hold the image of wealth firmly in your mind, knowing that what you sustain within must manifest without. Release the chains of doubt and fear. They are illusions that serve only to block the flow of abundance. Replace them with the unwavering belief that you were born to live a life of prosperity. Wealth is not reserved for the few, it is a divine inheritance available to all who dare to claim it. So today begin. Take the first step into your inner world and create the wealth you desire. Feel it, live it, and trust that it is already yours. In due time, the riches of your imagination will materialize before your eyes, transforming your life in ways beyond your wildest dreams. Wealth, in its truest form, is not something external to be chased or conquered. It is an inner reality that must first be realized within the depths of your imagination. To manifest wealth in the physical world, you must understand that it originates within you, shaped by the thoughts, images, and beliefs you consistently hold. Your imagination is the fountain of creation, the tool through which all abundance flows. Close your eyes for a moment and consider the immense power of your imagination. It can transport you to places you've never been, allow you to experience emotions tied to events yet to happen, and vividly paint the life you desire. The wealth you seek begins here. When you imagine yourself as wealthy, surrounded by the symbols of abundance, whether that is a thriving business, a beautiful home, or the ability to give generously, you activate a powerful force within you. This force begins to align the external world with the inner reality you have created. The process is deceptively simple. See yourself already wealthy. Do not merely observe this reality from a distance, step into it fully. Imagine the details of your life as a wealthy individual. What do your days look like? How do you feel? How do you interact with others? And how do they respond to you? The clearer and more vivid this picture becomes, the stronger the signal you send to the universe. Yet imagining wealth is not just about seeing it, it is about feeling it. The key to manifestation lies in your emotional connection to the vision. It is not enough to visualize a life of abundance, you must feel the joy, security, and freedom that come with it. These feelings act as a magnet, drawing the experiences and opportunities necessary to make your vision a reality. When you feel wealthy, even before the physical evidence appears, you begin to emit the frequency of abundance. This is where many falter. They believe their current circumstances are more real than the reality they are crafting within. They let doubt creep in, whispering that wealth is hard to attain or reserved for others. But understand this: the external world is merely a reflection of your internal state. If you persist in seeing yourself as wealthy, regardless of current conditions, the outer world will eventually conform to your inner vision. Imagination is not bound by the limitations of time and space. It operates in the realm of infinite possibilities, where anything you can conceive and believe becomes possible. By consistently using your imagination to dwell in the reality of wealth, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, which then works tirelessly to align your actions, choices, and circumstances with this new belief. Wealth does not flow to those who chase it desperately, but to those who embody it confidently. When you understand that your imagination is the source of abundance, you realize that you already possess the power to create the life you desire. Trust this process and let the wealth within you unfold effortlessly into your external world. To manifest wealth, you must cultivate the ability to feel as though it is already yours. This is not merely a mental exercise or a hopeful daydream, it is an immersive practice of embodying the state of abundance in the present moment. The universe responds not to your wishes or words, but to the energy you emit. When you feel the reality of wealth now, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and your external world begins to reflect that alignment. You start by imagining the life you desire in vivid detail. Picture yourself surrounded by the symbols of wealth that resonate with you: a thriving career, financial security, the freedom to travel, or the ability to give generously. But don't stop at the visual level, go deeper. Imagine the textures, sounds, and emotions of this life. Hear the laughter of your loved ones in your dream home. Feel the smooth leather of your new car, or sense the exhilaration of accomplishing financial milestones. These details create a sense of reality in your mind. Once you have this image, step into it fully. Act and think as though you are already living the life of abundance you desire. Begin your day with the mindset of someone who is wealthy. Ask yourself, how would I feel if my financial goals were already met? How would I carry myself? What decisions would I make? Let these questions guide your thoughts, words, and actions. Feeling the reality of wealth means embodying the confidence, joy, and gratitude that come with abundance. Confidence does not arise from waiting for proof of wealth to appear, it comes from knowing that it is already yours. Stand tall, speak with assurance, and move through life with the ease of someone who trusts that everything they need is already provided. Gratitude is equally essential. Begin each day by giving thanks for the wealth you currently have, no matter how modest. Gratitude magnifies your sense of abundance and signals to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Do not underestimate the power of small actions that align with your vision of wealth. If you were financially abundant, how would you treat yourself? Perhaps you would dress with care, invest in your health, or cultivate meaningful experiences. Start doing these things now within your current means. These actions reinforce the feeling of wealth and create momentum toward its manifestation. Challenges may arise, and your external circumstances may initially appear unchanged. But remember, the physical world is a delayed reflection of your inner state. Persist in the feeling of wealth despite appearances. Do not let doubt or impatience rob you of the transformation taking place within. By feeling the reality of wealth now, you transcend the limitations of time. You no longer wait for wealth to arrive, you bring it into being through the power of your belief and emotions. As you embody abundance in thought and feeling, the universe has no choice but to deliver the reality you have claimed. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting wealth is the tendency to fixate on how it will come into your life. This attachment to the method, the process, or the sequence of events creates resistance and blocks the natural flow of abundance. To manifest wealth, you must release the need to control the how and instead trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will orchestrate the means to bring your vision into reality. The human mind often craves certainty and control. You may find yourself devising elaborate plans or questioning how your current circumstances could possibly lead to wealth. These doubts and attempts to dictate the process stem from a lack of trust in the creative power of the universe. Understand this: your role is not to figure out every step of the journey. Your role is to stay aligned with the vision of wealth, to believe it is yours, and to take inspired action when opportunities arise. Imagine planting a seed in fertile soil. You don't stand over it every day, digging it up to check if it's growing. Instead, you trust the natural process of growth, providing water, sunlight, and care without interfering. And manifestation works the same way. The seed of wealth is planted in your imagination, and your faith nurtures it into being. The how is like the unseen roots spreading beneath the soil, unseen but essential to the blossoming of your desires. When you release the need to know how, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities the universe can offer. Wealth can flow to you through channels you never anticipated: an unexpected opportunity, a chance meeting, or a sudden surge of inspiration. When you are fixated on one specific path, you may overlook these alternative avenues. Trusting the process allows you to remain open and receptive to the countless ways your vision can manifest. Detachment from the how also frees you from the burden of overthinking and stress. Worrying about the mechanics of manifestation creates doubt and lowers your vibrational frequency, pushing wealth further away. Instead, focus on the end result, what it feels like to have already achieved your financial goals. Immerse yourself in that feeling of security, freedom, and joy, and let the universe handle the details. This does not mean you sit idle, waiting for wealth to fall into your lap. Inspired action is a vital part of the process. However, such action arises naturally when you are in alignment with your vision. It feels effortless and intuitive, not forced or strained. When you are detached from the how, you can recognize these moments of inspiration and act on them with confidence, knowing they are part of the universe's plan. Trust is the foundation of manifestation. Trust that the universe knows the perfect way to bring your vision into reality. Trust that you are worthy of wealth and that it is already making its way to you. Release control, surrender the how, and focus on staying aligned with your vision. In doing so, you allow the universe to work its magic and bring abundance into your life in ways far beyond your imagination. Gratitude and confidence are two of the most powerful forces in the process of manifestation. When you align with these two qualities, you tap into the very essence of abundance. Gratitude for what you already have creates a magnetic energy that attracts more wealth, opportunities, and blessings into your life. Confidence in your own worthiness amplifies your ability to receive these gifts, creating a cycle of abundance that continues to grow and expand. Gratitude is not just a simple act of saying thank you, it is a deep, heartfelt acknowledgement of the wealth you already possess in your life. Whether it is the relationships you cherish, your health, the opportunities you have, or even the simple comforts of your daily life, gratitude turns your attention to the positive aspects of your reality. This shift in focus is crucial because what you focus on expands. When you consciously choose to focus on the abundance you already have, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude acts as a powerful magnet for more of what you desire. When you feel thankful for what is already present in your life, you create a vibrational frequency that attracts more of the same. Imagine this: every time you express gratitude, you are casting a signal into the universe that you are open to receiving even more. This is why the practice of gratitude is so transformative. It shifts your energy from scarcity to abundance. It opens your heart to the infinite possibilities that surround you. In addition to gratitude, confidence in your worthiness plays an equally vital role in manifesting wealth. Many people struggle with feelings of unworthiness or fear that they don't deserve the success they desire. This mindset blocks the flow of abundance and creates resistance. But when you cultivate confidence, you remove these barriers and open yourself to the full potential of your dreams. Confidence in your worth is the foundation of abundance. It tells the universe that you believe you are deserving of everything you desire and that you are ready to receive it. Confidence does not stem from external achievements or material possessions, it comes from within. It arises when you truly understand that you are an integral part of the abundant universe. You are not separate from wealth, you are a creator of it. When you believe in your worthiness, you align yourself with the flow of abundance that is available to all. You stop doubting your ability to create wealth, and you begin to expect it, knowing that it is already on its way. This powerful combination of gratitude and confidence creates a harmonious energy that draws wealth to you effortlessly. Gratitude keeps you in a state of appreciation for what you have, and confidence ensures you stay open and ready to receive more. Together, these qualities shift your vibration, allowing you to live in a state of constant abundance. To manifest wealth easily, begin by acknowledging the wealth you already have, both in material and non-material forms. Feel genuine gratitude for everything in your life. Simultaneously, affirm your worthiness, declare to yourself that you are deserving of the riches you desire. When you align with both gratitude and confidence, you become a magnet for wealth, and the universe will conspire to bring it to you in the most unexpected and delightful ways. Wealth is not a matter of what is visible in your current environment, but rather a state of mind that you must persist in, regardless of the external circumstances. The true secret to manifesting wealth is in your ability to maintain the mental state of having it, even when the physical evidence is not immediately present. Your mind is the creator of your reality, and when you consistently hold the mental image of yourself as wealthy, this vision will eventually shape your life. The world outside of you is constantly changing and evolving, and sometimes it may seem like your circumstances are far from what you desire. You may encounter setbacks, financial struggles, or unexpected challenges that make it difficult to believe in your abundance. However, these external situations are not the determining factor in your wealth, they are simply temporary reflections of your past thoughts. The key is to persist in your mental state of wealth, even when the outside world appears to contradict your desires. Imagine yourself in the most opulent and secure financial situation you can conceive. See it clearly in your mind's eye, feel the emotions that come with it, and immerse yourself in the sense of having already achieved your goals. This is the state of wealth. It is a feeling of total certainty that abundance is already yours, and it is a mental state that must be maintained despite what is happening in your present circumstances. The temptation to give up or question your ability to manifest wealth arises when you allow your attention to be drawn too strongly by your external situation. When you look at your bank balance, your job, or your current financial reality, you may feel disheartened or frustrated. But this is the very moment when your persistence is most important. Instead of succumbing to doubt, return to your mental state of wealth. Reaffirm your vision of prosperity, and reaffirm that your circumstances are merely temporary and will shift in alignment with your thoughts. Persistence in the state of wealth requires unwavering faith. It means not being swayed by the present moment and not allowing negative emotions or doubts to take root. You must hold steadfast to the belief that what you have imagined is already a reality, even if it has not yet manifested in physical form. By continuing to persist in this state, you activate the law of attraction, which brings circumstances, people, and opportunities into your life that are in harmony with your vision. Another important aspect of persisting in the state of wealth is the understanding that everything in your life is subject to change. Just as your mind can shape your current reality, it can reshape any aspect of your life, including your finances. The more you hold the mental image of yourself as wealthy and the more you persist in feeling that abundance is your natural state, the more quickly the external world will reflect this new belief. Do not allow the temporary nature of your circumstances to cloud your vision of the wealth you desire. The universe is always listening to your thoughts and emotions. By persisting in the state of wealth, regardless of what is currently visible, you will align yourself with the abundance that is already on its way to you. Your mental state is the key to unlocking the manifestation of your desires. Stay focused, remain persistent, and know that wealth is not something to be sought outside yourself, but something to be claimed within. To manifest wealth effortlessly, you must first clear away the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in your mind over time. These beliefs, often shaped by past experiences, societal conditioning, or the opinions of others, create barriers that prevent you from fully embracing the abundance that is your natural state. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting wealth is the belief that it is difficult to attain or that it is only reserved for a select few. Such beliefs keep you trapped in a cycle of scarcity and lack. To truly attract wealth into your life, you must release these limiting beliefs and replace them with the absolute certainty that abundance is your birthright. The first step in releasing limiting beliefs is to recognize them. Often these beliefs operate on a subconscious level, quietly shaping your actions and thoughts without you even being aware of their influence. You may find yourself thinking that money is hard to come by, that financial security requires struggle, or that you are not deserving of wealth. These thoughts might seem like harmless doubts, but they are powerful forces that create resistance to the flow of abundance. When you begin to notice these limiting beliefs, acknowledge them without judgment. Simply observe how they are affecting your mindset and your approach to wealth. Once you have identified the limiting beliefs, it is time to challenge them. Ask yourself where these beliefs originated from. Were they passed down from your parents or caregivers? Were they shaped by your experiences or the people around you? Often these beliefs are not even your own, but are the result of inherited thoughts or the collective mindset of society. When you realize that these beliefs do not belong to you and that they are based on false assumptions, you can begin to release them. Understand that just because these beliefs have been present in your life does not mean they are true, or that they must continue to control your reality. Next, replace these limiting beliefs with the certainty that wealth is your natural state. Wealth is not something external to you that must be earned or pursued. It is an inherent part of who you are. Abundance flows to you when you align with the knowing that you are deserving and capable of receiving it. The universe is abundant, and you are part of that abundance. Your very existence is proof that wealth is your birthright. When you fully accept this truth, you remove all barriers that may have stood in your way. To reinforce this new belief, immerse yourself in thoughts and actions that reflect your newfound certainty. Begin by repeating affirmations that support your belief in abundance. Affirm to yourself daily, I am worthy of wealth, abundance flows easily to me. And I am aligned with the energy of prosperity. As you repeat these statements, feel the truth of them in your body. Visualize yourself already living in the reality of wealth, seeing it, feeling it, and experiencing it as if it has already manifested. Surround yourself with people and influences that support this new belief. Seek out stories of those who have attained wealth and success with ease, and let their journeys inspire you. Read books, listen to podcasts, and engage with material that reinforces the idea that abundance is your natural state. The more you immerse yourself in this energy, the more it will become a part of your own belief system. As you release limiting beliefs and replace them with the certainty of your inherent abundance, you begin to align with the flow of wealth. You open yourself to the limitless possibilities that exist for you, and you become a magnet for prosperity. Remember, wealth is not difficult to attain, it is your natural state, and once you clear away the doubts and limiting beliefs, it will flow to you effortlessly. In conclusion, manifesting wealth is not a matter of chasing after something distant or unattainable. It is about aligning with the natural state of abundance that already exists within you. By tapping into the power of your imagination, feeling the reality of wealth now, detaching from the how, and aligning with gratitude and confidence, you create a magnetic energy that attracts wealth to you. Persisting in the mental state of having wealth, regardless of external circumstances, and releasing limiting beliefs that wealth is difficult to attain, further clears the path for prosperity to flow effortlessly into your life. Wealth is not something to be earned through struggle, but something to be claimed through the certainty that it is your birthright. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape your reality, and by consistently aligning with the vision of yourself as abundant, you activate the power to manifest the wealth you desire. The universe is always responding to your inner state, and when you embrace the natural flow of abundance, it will rush toward you in the most unexpected and delightful ways. Keep your focus, stay aligned with your vision, and trust that the wealth you seek is already on its way to you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we step further into 2025, we find ourselves in a world more connected than ever, where every thought, every moment, every decision can be shared instantly. It's a double-edged sword, a gift and a curse. But amidst this sea of sharing, there are elements of our lives that must remain sacred, shielded, and protected. Today I want to discuss 7 things to keep private in 2025. Not because we should retreat into secrecy, but because privacy at its core is a foundation for strength and authenticity. When you speak prematurely of your aspirations, you dilute their power. Others' opinions, doubts, or even misplaced encouragement can steal the clarity of your vision. Keep your goals close to your heart until you've made substantial progress. Remember, it is the action, not the announcement, that defines your success. Life is a battlefield, and each of us carries wounds unseen by the world. These struggles, however, are not for public consumption. They are meant to teach you, to shape you, to fortify you. Share your lessons, not your wounds, for the world rarely offers the compassion you seek. Family is the crucible where much of our character is forged. But its complexities are often misunderstood by those outside its walls. To invite the world into these sacred dynamics is to risk distortion. Protect your family by resolving issues privately and honoring the bonds that sustain you. Money, whether it flows abundantly or feels scarce, is a deeply personal matter. Sharing too much, whether boasting or lamenting, invites judgment, envy, or exploitation. Let your financial decisions speak louder than any public declaration. In an age where love is flaunted online and heartbreak becomes public spectacle, it's easy to forget that intimacy flourishes in privacy. Shield your partnerships from the noise of the world. True connection requires a sanctuary away from prying eyes. The essence of generosity lies in its authenticity. When we broadcast our good deeds, we risk contaminating them with ego. Let your kindness ripple quietly through the lives of others, leaving a legacy not of applause, but of genuine impact. And most critically, guard your plans and strategies. Life is a chessboard, and the element of surprise often determines the victor. When you reveal your intentions prematurely, you lose your edge. Speak through your actions, not your promises. In 2025, privacy isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. It's the armor that shields your integrity, the fortress that guards your growth, and the sanctuary where your authenticity thrives. So as you navigate this year, ask yourself, what parts of me are sacred? What do I hold dear enough to protect? Because what you keep private is often what defines your strength. In an era dominated by the immediacy of social media and constant connectivity, there is an undeniable allure to sharing our goals and ambitions with the world. Announcing a new project, discussing a career pivot, or revealing personal aspirations often feels empowering. It offers validation and a sense of accountability. But beneath this veneer of encouragement lies a fundamental truth: sharing your dreams too early can be a double-edged sword, one that often cuts deeper than anticipated. When we articulate our goals prematurely, we expose ourselves to external influences that can dilute our focus and determination. Every idea, no matter how pure or well-intentioned, is fragile at its inception. It is like a seed planted in uncertain soil, needing time to root itself before withstanding the elements. Sharing that seedling with others, especially before it has gained strength, invites a host of risks. Opinions, whether supportive or critical, can subtly shape your perception of your own potential. Encouragement might inflate your confidence prematurely, making you less vigilant about the work required. Conversely, skepticism, even when unintended, can plant doubt in your mind, eroding the very foundation of your ambition. There is also a psychological cost to consider. Sharing your goals can provide a premature sense of accomplishment. Studies in behavioral psychology suggest that publicly declaring an intention often satisfies the brain's need for reward. This creates a paradox: you feel a sense of progress simply by sharing your ambition, but the actual work required to achieve it remains undone. The result is a dangerous inertia, where the energy needed to act is spent on seeking external affirmation rather than pursuing the goal itself. Furthermore, sharing your aspirations invites scrutiny. While some may genuinely wish you well, others might harbor jealousy, doubt, or even subtle resistance to your vision. They may project their insecurities onto you, questioning your ability or dismissing the value of your ambition. Such negativity, whether overt or disguised as constructive criticism, can seep into your psyche, complicating your path forward. In contrast, when you keep your goals private, you protect yourself from these distractions. You create a space where your aspirations can grow untainted by the judgments or limitations of others. Another crucial reason to guard your ambitions lies in the importance of momentum. The process of achieving any meaningful goal is arduous, often requiring patience, resilience, and adaptability. Early exposure to external opinions can disrupt this momentum. Imagine starting a long race only to pause repeatedly because onlookers are offering advice on your pace, your stride, or even the route you've chosen. The constant interruption saps your energy and steals your focus. By keeping your ambitions private, you eliminate these interruptions, allowing yourself to channel all your energy into the journey itself. There is also a profound sense of empowerment in silence. When you work on your goals privately, you reclaim control over your narrative. You are no longer performing for an audience or seeking validation. You are simply moving forward, step by step, in alignment with your vision. Each milestone achieved in solitude strengthens your resolve and deepens your confidence, creating a reservoir of self-belief that no external opinion can shake. This is not to say you should shun all forms of support or collaboration. Trusted mentors, close friends, and loved ones can play invaluable roles in your journey. The key lies in discernment, sharing your ambitions selectively, and with those who genuinely have your best interests at heart. Even then, the emphasis should remain on action rather than words. Allow your progress to speak louder than your proclamations. The journey to achieving your goals is deeply personal. It is shaped by your unique experiences, values, and determination. When you keep your dreams private, you preserve their authenticity. You give yourself the freedom to stumble, adapt, and grow without the burden of external expectations. You protect the sanctity of your vision, ensuring that it remains yours and yours and yours alone. So the next time you feel the urge to announce your ambitions, pause. Ask yourself, what do I gain by sharing this now? More importantly, what might I lose? In that moment of reflection, you may discover a deeper truth, that your goals, like the most precious treasures, deserve to be nurtured in quiet, deliberate care until they are strong enough to shine on their own. Life is inherently challenging, and struggles are an inevitable part of the human experience. They shape who we are, test our resilience, and often pave the way for growth and self-discovery. Yet, in a world increasingly dominated by public sharing, there is an emerging tendency to broadcast personal struggles as they unfold. While this might seem cathartic or even empowering in the moment, sharing our pain prematurely often invites judgment and misunderstanding, hindering the transformative process that challenges are meant to inspire. When we are in the midst of a struggle, emotions are raw and our perspective is limited. Pain clouds judgment, making it difficult to articulate our experiences fully or accurately. Sharing struggles at this vulnerable stage exposes us to external interpretations that may not align with the reality of our situation. Others, no matter how well-intentioned, view our experiences through their own lens, shaped by their beliefs, biases, and understanding. This can lead to advice or opinions that, while seemingly helpful, might lack relevance or depth, leaving us feeling more confused or unsupported. Premature sharing often subjects us to judgment, both explicit and subtle. People may question the choices that led to our struggles, critique our methods of coping, or even trivialize our pain. This judgment, whether expressed openly or through dismissive silence, can compound the sense of isolation and inadequacy that often accompanies hardship. Instead of finding solace or clarity, we may end up feeling more alienated, burdened not only by our struggles but also by the weight of others' perceptions. There is also the risk of misunderstanding. When we share our struggles publicly, the nuances of our experiences are often lost. Social media and casual conversations are not conducive to deep, thoughtful exchanges. As a result, the complexity of our emotions and circumstances is reduced to sound bites, oversimplified narratives that fail to capture the essence of our reality. This can lead to misinterpretations that distort how others view us or how we view ourselves. Such distortions can undermine our confidence, creating unnecessary obstacles in an already difficult journey. Furthermore, sharing struggles too soon can rob us of the opportunity to process and grow from them privately. Pain is not just a burden, it's a teacher. It forces us to confront our limitations, reassess our priorities, and find strength within ourselves that we didn't know existed. This process of self-discovery and growth is deeply personal and often requires solitude. When we broadcast our pain, we risk interrupting this process, replacing introspection with external validation or sympathy. While these external responses might offer temporary comfort, they cannot provide the profound understanding and resilience that come from facing challenges on our own terms. There is immense power in allowing struggles to mature into lessons before sharing them with the world. When we take the time to process our pain, we gain clarity about its meaning and impact. We can articulate our experiences with depth and authenticity, transforming our struggles into stories of resilience and triumph. These stories, shared from a place of healing and understanding, have the power to inspire and uplift others. They become not cries for help, but beacons of hope, testimonies to the strength of the human spirit. This doesn't mean we should endure struggles in complete isolation. Trusted friends, mentors, or therapists can provide invaluable support during difficult times. The key is to be selective and intentional about whom we confide in, ensuring that those we turn to can offer genuine understanding and encouragement. Sharing in these intimate, safe spaces allows us to receive the support we need without the risks associated with public exposure. Our struggles and failures are part of what makes us human. They remind us of our vulnerability, challenge us to grow, and connect us to others on a deeper level. But to fully harness the transformative power of pain, we must protect its sacredness. We must resist the urge to share prematurely, instead embracing the discomfort and allowing it to shape us in meaningful ways. When the time comes to open up, we can do so from a place of strength and wisdom, offering not just our pain, but the invaluable lessons it has taught us. The family is the cornerstone of our lives, shaping our identities, values, and relationships. It is within the family unit that we experience some of our most profound moments of love, conflict, growth, and connection. These dynamics are deeply personal, often intricate, and sometimes fraught with challenges that test the bonds between members. Yet, despite their complexity, family matters remain sacred, a domain where privacy and discretion are not just desirable but essential. When it comes to family dynamics, the temptation to share our experiences with outsiders can be strong. We may feel compelled to seek validation, advice, or simply an outlet for our frustrations. However, opening up about family conflicts or issues to those outside the family often leads to misunderstandings. Outsiders, no matter how well-meaning, cannot fully grasp the nuances of our familial relationships. They view our experiences through their own perspectives, colored by their biases, upbringing, and emotional distance from the situation. This lack of context can result in advice or judgments that, while seemingly supportive, may miss the mark entirely and complicate the situation further. Family matters are deeply intertwined with our sense of identity. Criticism or judgment directed at family members can feel like a personal attack, even when unintended. Sharing family disputes with others invites commentary that may exacerbate tensions within the family. It can create a rift between how we perceive our family and how others perceive them, leading to feelings of defensiveness or guilt. This external interference can amplify conflicts rather than resolve them, leaving relationships strained and unresolved. There is also the issue of loyalty. Family is built on a foundation of trust, and this trust is fragile when privacy is breached. Sharing family conflicts with outsiders can feel like a betrayal to those involved, undermining the very bonds we are trying to protect. Once trust is eroded, it can take significant time and effort to rebuild, creating long-term damage to relationships that could have been avoided with discretion. Resolving family issues privately allows for a level of honesty and vulnerability that is often impossible in the presence of outsiders. Within the family unit, members can express their feelings, perspectives, and grievances without the fear of being judged by those who do not share the same history or context. This creates a space for open communication and mutual understanding, where solutions can be sought collaboratively rather than imposed by external opinions. Privacy also provides an opportunity for growth and reconciliation. Family conflicts, while painful, can be transformative when approached with empathy and a willingness to learn. They challenge us to confront our flaws, understand others' perspectives, and develop deeper emotional intelligence. These lessons are often lost when conflicts are externalized, as the focus shifts from resolution to seeking validation or sympathy from others. By keeping these matters private, we honor the sacredness of family relationships and allow the healing process to unfold naturally. That said, maintaining privacy does not mean enduring toxic or abusive situations in silence. In cases of harm or danger, seeking help from a trusted professional or authority is essential and should not be conflated with breaching family privacy. However, for the everyday conflicts and challenges that arise in familial relationships, discretion remains a powerful tool for preserving harmony and fostering resolution. It is also important to recognize that the act of keeping family matters private is an act of respect. It acknowledges the individuality of each family member and their right to navigate personal relationships without the scrutiny or interference of others. This respect lays the groundwork for stronger, more resilient bonds that can weather the inevitable storms of life. Family dynamics are as unique as the individuals who comprise them. They are woven from shared histories, memories, and emotions that outsiders cannot fully comprehend. By protecting the sanctity of these relationships and resolving issues privately, we not only safeguard our family's integrity but also cultivate a deeper sense of connection and understanding. In doing so, we honor the sacredness of the bonds that hold us together, ensuring they remain strong, meaningful, and enduring. Money, while often a necessary tool for navigating life, is a deeply personal aspect of our existence. It represents more than numbers in a bank account. It signifies security, opportunity, and sometimes even self-worth. However, in a world where financial achievements or struggles are increasingly broadcasted, the question arises: how much should we really share about our financial status? The answer, quite simply, is very little. Whether you are thriving or struggling, revealing too much about your financial situation can lead to unnecessary pressure, misunderstandings, and even unwanted attention. For those experiencing financial success, the temptation to share can be strong. Society often equates wealth with accomplishment, and there is a natural desire to showcase one's hard-earned achievements. Yet this display can come at a cost. Sharing your financial prosperity publicly may attract envy or resentment, even from those you least expect. People may perceive your success as a threat or compare their own circumstances unfavorably to yours, leading to strained relationships. Moral wealth often invites unsolicited opinions, advice, or even requests for financial assistance, placing you in uncomfortable or compromising positions. Financial success also brings with it certain vulnerabilities. Publicly revealing your affluence can attract individuals with ulterior motives, those who seek to exploit your resources rather than engage with you authentically. It can make you a target for scams, theft, or manipulation. By keeping the specifics of your financial status private, you maintain control over your narrative and protect yourself from these risks. On the other hand, sharing financial struggles can also be fraught with challenges. While it is natural to seek empathy or support during difficult times, revealing financial hardship often invites judgment or pity. People may make assumptions about your decisions, your character, or even your capabilities based on your current financial state. This judgment, whether overt or subtle, can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy and isolation, making an already difficult situation harder to navigate. Financial struggles are often temporary, a phase that can be addressed through planning, hard work, or external support. By sharing these struggles publicly, you risk defining yourself by a momentary setback rather than the broader trajectory of your life. The narrative you create around your finances can influence how others perceive you, but more importantly, can shape how you perceive yourself. Retaining privacy allows you to focus on solutions rather than perceptions, empowering you to work through challenges with dignity and resilience. Another critical aspect of financial privacy is the ability to make decisions without undue influence. When others are aware of your financial situation, whether prosperous or precarious, they may feel entitled to weigh in on your choices. This can create a sense of pressure to conform to others' expectations, even when those expectations do not align with your values or goals. By keeping your financial status private, you preserve the autonomy to make decisions that best serve your circumstances and aspirations. Financial privacy fosters a sense of equality in relationships. Money can be a polarizing factor, creating divides between people of differing economic circumstances. When financial information is shared indiscriminately, it can subtly influence how people relate to one another, introducing dynamics of power, envy, or obligation. By maintaining discretion, you ensure that your relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding rather than financial comparisons. This is not to say that financial matters should be kept secret from everyone. Trusted advisors, financial planners, or close family members may need to understand your situation to provide guidance or support. However, the key is discernment, sharing only with those who genuinely have your best interests at heart and who are equipped to help you navigate your financial path. Money is a tool, not a measure of your worth or identity. Whether you are experiencing abundance or navigating scarcity, your financial status is a private aspect of your life that deserves respect and discretion. By keeping it protected, you shield yourself from unnecessary distractions, pressures, and vulnerabilities, allowing you to focus on what truly matters, building a life of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. Romantic relationships hold a special place in our lives, serving as a source of love, companionship, and mutual growth. They provide a sanctuary where we can be our most authentic selves, sharing vulnerabilities, dreams, and joys with someone who truly understands us. However, in today's age of digital transparency and social media oversharing, the sacredness of romantic relationships is increasingly under threat. While it may seem harmless or even fulfilling to share the details of your partnership with others, whether online or in social circles, doing so can unintentionally expose your relationship to unnecessary scrutiny and pressure. Relationships, like delicate plants, thrive best when nurtured away from the glare of public attention. At the heart of a romantic relationship lies intimacy, a deep connection built on trust, respect, and emotional vulnerability. This intimacy is inherently private, a bond meant to be shared exclusively between two people. When aspects of this bond are exposed to others, be it through social media posts, casual conversations, or even seeking external validation, the very foundation of intimacy can be compromised. Sharing too much invites outside perspectives, opinions, and judgments, which can distort the pure connection you share with your partner. Public scrutiny often brings with it the burden of expectations. Once your relationship becomes a topic of public interest, people start forming opinions about it, what it should look like, how you should act as a couple, or what milestones you should achieve. These expectations can create pressure to conform to an idealized version of a relationship, one that may not align with your reality or personal dynamics. This external influence can lead to feelings of inadequacy or dissatisfaction, even if the relationship is perfectly fulfilling in its own unique way. Constant public exposure can erode the boundaries that protect a relationship's integrity. Arguments, misunderstandings, and challenges are natural in any partnership. But when these moments are shared with others, they become subject to analysis and judgment. Friends, family, or even acquaintances may feel compelled to offer unsolicited advice or take sides, complicating the process of resolving issues. In contrast, when conflicts are handled privately, they allow for honest communication, mutual understanding, and growth free from the noise of outside opinions. There is also a risk of comparison. In today's social media-driven culture, where relationships are often showcased through curated snapshots of romance and happiness, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing your partnership to others. These comparisons can breed insecurity, making you question the authenticity or value of your relationship based on superficial metrics. The truth is, no two relationships are alike, and their success cannot be measured by external validation. Keeping your relationship private helps you focus on what truly matters: the connection you share with your partner. Maintaining privacy also fosters a sense of safety within the relationship. When both partners feel that their vulnerabilities, challenges, and shared moments are protected, they are more likely to open up and invest in the relationship. This sense of safety strengthens trust, creating a solid foundation for long-term growth and resilience. On the other hand, publicizing the relationship may lead to a reluctance to share openly, as partners fear their private moments may be exposed or misinterpreted by others. This is not to say that relationships should be kept secret or hidden. Sharing milestones or celebrating your partner can be a beautiful expression of love and pride. The key lies in balance, knowing which aspects of your relationship are appropriate to share and which are best kept between you and your partner. By being intentional about what you reveal, you maintain control over your narrative while preserving the sanctity of your connection. It's also worth noting that nurturing a private relationship doesn't mean avoiding support or guidance when needed. Trusted confidants or professionals can provide valuable insights during challenging times. The difference lies in sharing selectively, seeking input only from those who genuinely care about your well-being and understand the nuances of your relationship. Romantic relationships flourish in an environment of respect, understanding, and privacy. They require time, effort, and attention to grow, free from the distractions and distortions of public scrutiny. By protecting the sanctity of your partnership, you create a space where love can deepen, trust can thrive, and your bond can endure the inevitable ups and downs of life. In doing so, you honor the uniqueness of your relationship, allowing it to remain a source of strength, joy, and mutual fulfillment. Acts of kindness and good deeds are among the most powerful ways to create positive change in the world. They embody the essence of humanity, reminding us of our shared responsibility to care for one another. However, the authenticity of these actions lies not in recognition or applause, but in their sincerity and selflessness. True altruism requires humility, a commitment to doing good for its own sake, rather than for external validation. When we advertise our good deeds, we risk diminishing their impact and transforming them into acts of self-promotion rather than genuine care. The value of a good deed stems from its purity. When an act of kindness is performed with no expectation of reward or acknowledgement, it resonates deeply with both the giver and the receiver. It becomes a testament to the beauty of giving for the sake of giving, free from ego or ulterior motives. Sharing or publicizing such deeds, however, can shift the focus away from the act itself and onto the individual who performed it. This shift may inadvertently undermine the original intent, reducing the deed to a means of garnering praise or admiration. Publicizing good deeds also risks creating a culture of performative altruism. In today's interconnected world, where social media often serves as a stage for personal branding, the line between genuine kindness and self-serving gestures can blur. When acts of kindness are showcased for likes, shares, or public recognition, they can lose their authenticity. This performative approach may inspire skepticism rather than encouragement, leading people to question the motivations behind the actions. True kindness, on the other hand, has the power to inspire silently, leaving a lasting impression without the need for fanfare. Advertising good deeds can inadvertently place pressure on the recipient. When kindness is made public, the individual on the receiving end may feel obligated to express gratitude in a way that aligns with the expectations of the audience rather than their genuine feelings. This dynamic can strip the act of its intended simplicity, making the recipient feel like a participant in someone else's narrative rather than the beneficiary of a heartfelt gesture. By keeping kindness private, we preserve the dignity of those we help, allowing them to receive without the weight of public scrutiny. In giving also allows us to stay focused on the true purpose of our actions. The act of helping others should be driven by compassion and a desire to make a difference, not by a need for recognition. When we perform good deeds quietly, we shift the emphasis from ourselves to the impact of the action. This perspective fosters a deeper connection to the act of giving and helps us cultivate a sense of gratitude for the opportunity to contribute to the well-being of others. There is also a profound personal benefit to practicing humility and kindness. When we give without seeking acknowledgement, we free ourselves from the influence of external opinions. This freedom allows us to focus on what truly matters, making a meaningful difference in the lives of others. The joy and fulfillment that come from such acts are internal and enduring, untouched by the fleeting nature of public validation. This is not to say that acts of kindness should always remain hidden. In some cases, sharing stories of generosity can inspire others to act and create a ripple effect of positivity. However, the intention behind such sharing is key. If the goal is to uplift and motivate, rather than to draw attention to oneself, the act retains its integrity. Even then, it is often more effective to highlight the cause or the impact of the action rather than the individual performing it. The greatest acts of kindness are those performed in silence with no expectation of reward. They stem from a place of genuine empathy and a desire to contribute to the greater good. By resisting the urge to advertise our good deeds, we honor their true essence, allowing them to stand as pure expressions of love, care, and humanity. In doing so, we not only preserve the authenticity of our actions, but also set an example of humility and selflessness that has the power to inspire others to give from the heart. In conclusion, the importance of privacy in our lives cannot be overstated. From personal struggles to financial matters, family dynamics, romantic relationships, and even the good deeds we perform, there is immense value in keeping certain aspects of our lives private. In 2025, as we navigate a world that constantly encourages oversharing, it is crucial to protect the sanctity of our most personal experiences. Maintaining privacy allows us to preserve our integrity, foster genuine connections, and nurture our growth. It empowers us to make decisions based on our own values and priorities, without the interference of external pressures or judgments. By being selective about what we share and with whom, we honor the authenticity and depth of our lives, ensuring that the things that matter most remain protected. Thank you for your time and attention today. May we all find the courage to preserve the privacy and sanctity of the most meaningful parts of our lives in this ever-connected world. Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the outcome you deeply desire can be yours in just 1 hour? Imagine the weight of waiting lifted, the burden of uncertainty dissolved, and the joy of fulfillment coursing through you. This is not a fantasy, it is the truth of creation that resides within you. The secret lies in your ability to shift. Shift from doubt to knowing, from longing to possessing, and from striving to being. Your reality is not shaped by the ticking hands of a clock, but by the certainty you embody in this moment. Take a moment to picture your desire, not as a distant hope, but as a present reality. See it in your mind's eye, hear the sounds that accompany its fulfillment, and feel the joy as if it is already yours. This is the foundation of results, not in weeks or months, but now. To understand this, the world mirrors your state of being. When you step into the version of yourself that already has what you seek, the external world has no choice but to conform. This is the law, immutable and exact. To achieve results in 1 hour, you must master focus. The scattered mind achieves nothing, but a focused mind commands the universe. For the next hour, let your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with the certainty that your desire is fulfilled. No doubt, no hesitation, just unwavering belief. And then release. Do not cling to the outcome or obsess over its arrival. Trust the process. Like planting a seed, your work is to nurture it with faith and let the universe handle the growth. Time is not your master, you are its creator. 1 hour is all it takes when you embrace this truth. So go forth and let the reality of your heart's desire be unveiled. The power is within you, use it. And watch as the impossible becomes inevitable. Your results are waiting. The only question is, are you ready to claim them? The external world is nothing more than a mirror, reflecting the inner state of your mind and emotions. Every experience you encounter, every person you meet, and every event that unfolds is a direct projection of the thoughts and feelings you hold within. This profound truth is the foundation of all change and manifestation. When you grasp the connection between your inner state and external reality, you unlock the key to transforming your life in ways you never thought possible. Your current circumstances, whether fulfilling or challenging, are not random. They are the byproduct of your dominant inner beliefs and emotional patterns. If you find yourself surrounded by lack, struggle, or dissatisfaction, it is not because the world is unfair or unkind, it is because your inner state is unknowingly aligned with those outcomes. Conversely, when you hold feelings of abundance, peace, and gratitude within, the world responds by delivering experiences that match those vibrations. Changing your inner state is not merely about thinking positive thoughts or suppressing negative emotions. It is about cultivating an authentic shift in your awareness and embracing a mindset that aligns with the life you desire. This process begins with recognizing the power of your imagination. Your mind is not just a tool for problem solving, it is the blueprint of creation. Every thought you entertain and every feeling you nurture sends out a signal that shapes the world around you. To shift your inner state, start by becoming conscious of your current patterns. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself and the emotions you habitually carry. Do you often feel frustrated, anxious, or unworthy? These feelings, though they may seem justified by external events, are actually reinforcing those very events. By identifying and acknowledging these patterns without judgment, you take the first step toward change. Next, engage your imagination deliberately. Close your eyes and create a vivid mental picture of the life you desire. See yourself living in the home of your dreams, experiencing harmonious relationships, or succeeding in your career. Do not merely observe these images, passively immerse yourself in them. Feel the joy, the excitement, and the fulfillment as if these experiences are happening right now. Your mind cannot distinguish between imagined and real experiences when you fully engage your senses and emotions. As you practice this exercise, you will notice a subtle yet powerful shift within. Your emotional state will begin to rise, and you will feel lighter, more hopeful, and more connected to the possibilities around you. This elevated state is not just an inner experience, it is a force that reshapes your outer world. True transformation requires consistency. It is not enough to shift your state temporarily and then revert to old patterns. Make it a daily practice to align your thoughts and feelings with your desired outcomes. Whether through visualization, affirmations, or simply focusing on gratitude, commit to maintaining this elevated state. Trust in the process. The external world may take time to catch up with your new inner state, but it is inevitable. Just as seeds planted in fertile soil grow into flourishing plants, the vibrations you emit will return to you in the form of tangible results. Be patient and let the transformation unfold naturally. The journey to shifting your inner state is not always easy, but it is profoundly rewarding. As you align your thoughts and feelings with the life you wish to create, you will find that the world around you begins to align with your vision. This is the power of understanding that everything begins within. The power of immediate assumption is one of the most profound truths about creating the life you desire. It challenges conventional thinking by shifting your focus from waiting for external proof to embodying the reality you wish to experience right now. When you assume that what you desire has already manifested, you step into a state of being that aligns perfectly with your desired outcome, creating a momentum that brings results with remarkable speed. The key to this process lies in understanding the relationship between your thoughts, emotions, and the external world. Many people believe that they must first see evidence of their desires in the physical world before they can feel confident or happy. However, the truth is that the external world is a mirror of your inner state. If you wait for physical proof, you remain in a state of waiting, which only perpetuates delay. Instead, by assuming the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you generate the energy that brings it into reality. Assuming your desire is already realized means adopting the mindset and emotional state of someone who already has what they want. This does not mean pretending or forcing yourself to believe something that feels impossible. It means shifting your inner dialogue and feelings to reflect the reality you wish to create. For example, if you desire financial abundance, begin to think, feel, and act as though you are already financially secure. Imagine how you would carry yourself, the decisions you would make, and the peace of mind you would feel. This process of living in the end is not about ignoring your current reality or avoiding challenges. Instead, it is about transcending them by focusing your attention on the outcome you desire, rather than the obstacles in your path. When you live in the end, you align yourself with the vibration of your goal, and the universe responds by rearranging circumstances to match your inner state. Immediate assumption is powerful because it bypasses the need for gradual change. Instead of trying to fix every perceived problem or limitation, you step directly into the solution by embodying the version of yourself who has already overcome those challenges. This creates instant momentum because it aligns your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your desired outcome, leaving no room for doubt or hesitation. It is essential to approach this practice with faith and consistency. Your mind may initially resist the idea of assuming something that seems contrary to your current circumstances. This is natural as we are conditioned to rely on physical evidence. However, the more you practice, the easier it becomes to hold the assumption of your desire fulfilled. Over time, you will notice that your external reality begins to shift to reflect your inner state. One of the most critical aspects of immediate assumption is releasing attachment to the outcome. When you assume that your desire is already fulfilled, there is no need to grasp or chase after it. Instead, you trust that it is already yours and allow it to unfold naturally. This trust eliminates resistance and accelerates the manifestation process. The power of immediate assumption lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. By assuming that what you desire has already manifested, you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You step into the reality of your choosing with confidence, joy, and gratitude, and the world around you mirrors that choice with precision. In this way, you become the creator of your experience, shaping your reality with the force of your belief. The ability to focus with precision is a cornerstone of manifesting your desires. In a world filled with distractions, conflicting emotions, and countless demands on your attention, the power of a single, clear thought cannot be overstated. Focused intention is the force that gathers your energy, aligns it with your purpose, and directs it toward the manifestation of your goals. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and this simple yet profound truth holds the key to transforming your life. Even consider the nature of scattered thoughts. When your mind jumps from one idea to another, your energy becomes fragmented. You may have fleeting moments of inspiration or desire, but without concentrated focus, these moments lack the power to create real change. It is like sunlight diffused through clouds. It provides light, but no heat. However, when you harness that light through a magnifying glass, it becomes powerful enough to ignite a flame. The same principle applies to your thoughts and energy. When you focus on a single thought or desire, you concentrate your energy in a way that amplifies its power. A focused thought is not just a mental exercise, it is a declaration of intention to the universe. It sends a clear signal that says, "This is what I choose to experience in doing so." You create a vibrational match between your inner state and the reality you wish to bring into existence. Achieving this level of focus requires clarity. What is it that you truly desire? Many people struggle to manifest their goals because they are unclear about what they want. They may have a vague sense of wanting more money, love, or success, but without specificity, their energy is dispersed. To focus with precision, you must define your desire in detail. Picture it clearly in your mind, as though it is already a part of your life. What does it look like, feel like, and mean to you? The more vivid your vision, the easier it becomes to direct your focus toward it. Once you have clarity, commit to your focus. This means eliminating distractions, doubts, and conflicting intentions. Every time you allow your attention to wander to fears, worries, or unrelated goals, you dilute the energy you are directing toward your desire. Focus requires discipline, but it is not about forcing yourself to think a certain way. Instead, it is about gently redirecting your attention back to your goal whenever you notice it straying. Another critical element of focused intention is emotional alignment. A thought becomes exponentially more powerful when it is infused with emotion. When you focus on your desire, allow yourself to feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude of already having it. These emotions are the fuel that propels your focused thought into action. The beauty of focus is that it simplifies the manifestation process. You do not need to figure out every step or solve every problem in advance. Your job is to hold the vision with unwavering clarity and allow the universe to arrange the details. By focusing with precision, you create a powerful energetic pull that draws the necessary people, opportunities, and resources into your life. The power of focus lies in its ability to shape your reality. 1,000 scattered ideas may entertain your mind, but one clear, focused thought has the potential to transform your world. By mastering this principle, you align yourself with the creative forces of the universe, directing them toward the life you desire. It is not the quantity of thoughts that matters, it is their clarity, consistency, and alignment with your deepest intentions. Emotion is the engine that drives manifestation, the force that breathes life into your desires and propels them into reality. Thoughts alone, no matter how clear or deliberate, lack the potency to create significant change without the power of emotion behind them. Emotion is the fuel that amplifies your intentions, sending a clear and energetic signal to the universe that you are aligned with what you seek. The more you feel your desire is real, the faster you draw it into your experience. When you hold a desire in your mind, it exists as a thought, a mental picture of something you wish to experience. However, it is emotion that gives this picture substance. Emotions are energy in motion. They vibrate at frequencies that align with specific outcomes. When you feel joy, gratitude, love, or excitement about your desire, you align yourself with its energetic signature. This alignment acts as a magnet, attracting circumstances, people, and opportunities that resonate with the vibration of your feelings. To harness the power of emotion, begin by immersing yourself in the experience of your desire as though it is already fulfilled. Close your eyes and vividly imagine the details of your goal. See it clearly in your mind's eye, but do not stop there, feel it. Imagine the excitement coursing through you as you achieve your dream. Feel the relief of financial freedom, the warmth of a loving relationship, or the pride of reaching a personal milestone. Let these emotions flow freely, as if your desire has already become your reality. The of your emotion determines the strength of the signal you emit. The more deeply you feel, the more powerful your energetic vibration becomes. However, it is not about forcing yourself to feel something unnatural or exaggerated. Authenticity is key. Tap into genuine feelings of excitement, gratitude, and love by focusing on the aspects of your desire that truly resonate with your heart. Gratitude is one of the most potent emotional states for manifestation. When you feel grateful for your desire as though it is already yours, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Gratitude sends a powerful message to the universe: I recognize and appreciate the fulfillment of my desire. This state of appreciation opens the door for more of what you seek to flow into your life. It is equally important to release emotions that do not serve your manifestation. Fear, doubt, and frustration create resistance, blocking the flow of energy toward your goals. When these emotions arise, acknowledge them without judgment and consciously choose to redirect your focus to positive feelings. You have the power to shift your emotional state by revisiting the vision of your fulfilled desire and reconnecting with the joy and excitement it brings. Consistency is essential in maintaining the emotional alignment needed to manifest your desires. Make it a daily practice to infuse your goals with strong, positive emotions. This does not require hours of effort. Just a few moments of heartfelt visualization and gratitude can have a profound impact. Over time, this emotional practice becomes second nature, reinforcing your alignment with your goals. Emotion is not just a response to achieving your desires, it is the catalyst that brings them to life. By feeling as though your desire is already yours, you bridge the gap between thought and reality. This is the secret to accelerating manifestation: to live and feel as though what you want is already here, allowing the universe to respond in kind. Detachment is one of the most powerful and paradoxical principles of manifestation. While it might seem counterintuitive, letting go of your attachment to the how or when of your desire is the key to accelerating its arrival. This principle invites you to trust the process, allowing the universe to unfold in its perfect timing and manner. Detachment is not about giving up on your goal, it is about freeing yourself from the mental and emotional constraints that can slow its manifestation. When you become overly attached to the details of how or when your desire will manifest, you create resistance. This resistance arises from worry, doubt, and the need for control, all of which carry the vibration of lack. By focusing too intensely on what you do not yet have or trying to micromanage the process, you inadvertently signal to the universe that you are uncertain of its ability to deliver. This energy of desperation and fear slows down the natural flow of your manifestation. On the other hand, creates a space of trust and openness. It allows you to release the weight of needing things to happen in a specific way or time frame. This mental and emotional freedom aligns you with the vibration of abundance, signaling to the universe that you are confident and at peace with your desire's fulfillment. The universe responds to this relaxed, trusting energy by bringing your desire into reality more quickly and effortlessly. The essence of detachment lies in understanding your role in the manifestation process. Your job is to focus on what you want and embody the feelings of already having it. You do not need to figure out every step or force things to happen. That is the universe's job. Trust that it knows the most efficient and harmonious way to bring your desire to fruition. Often the path to your goal is far beyond what you could have planned or anticipated, involving opportunities and synchronicities that only divine timing can orchestrate. Releasing attachment does not mean you stop caring about your desire. It means you remain committed to the vision while letting go of the need to control the process. Picture planting a seed in a garden. Once you have planted it, you water it, provide sunlight, and trust that it will grow. You do not dig it up daily to check its progress. The same principle applies to your desires. Once you have set your intention and aligned with its energy, trust that it is already working behind the scenes. Detachment is also a practice of surrender. It is about surrendering your fears, doubts, and the urge to overthink. When you surrender, you allow yourself to live fully in the present moment, free from the anxiety of waiting. This state of presence and trust creates the optimal conditions for your desire to manifest. To cultivate detachment, focus on gratitude and joy in your current reality. Find reasons to be happy now, knowing that your desire is on its way. By shifting your attention away from lack and toward abundance, you align yourself with the frequency of what you seek. This shift accelerates the manifestation process because you are no longer blocking the flow of energy with doubt or impatience. Detachment activates speed by aligning you with the natural rhythm of the universe. It allows you to step into a state of flow, where you are no longer chasing or clinging but confidently allowing. In this state, manifestation becomes effortless, and your desires arrive with a sense of ease and divine timing. Trust the process, release the need for control, and watch as your desires unfold more quickly and beautifully than you imagined. Time as we perceive it is an illusion, a construct of the human mind designed to organize and understand reality. When it comes to manifestation, however, Time does not exist in the linear sense. The results do not adhere to the rules of clocks and calendars, they respond to the belief you hold in the present moment. The secret to accelerating any desire lies in your ability to transcend the illusion of time and act as if your desired result is already a present reality. Our conditioning teaches us to see time as a sequence past, present, and future. We believe that everything must follow a logical progression, requiring effort, patience, and waiting. However, in the realm of manifestation, time collapses. The past and future do not hold sway, only the now exists. Your thoughts and feelings in the present moment are what shape your reality. When you act as if the result you desire is already yours, you step outside the confines of time and align with the frequency of immediate fulfillment. The power of acting as if lies in your ability to embody the feeling of your desire realized. Imagine for a moment that you already have what you seek. How would you feel? Confident, grateful, overjoyed. These emotions are not just reactions, they are creative forces. When you feel the emotions of having your desire now, you send a powerful message to the universe. You declare, "This is my reality," and the universe, responding to your energetic state, reflects this truth back to you. Many people fall into the trap of waiting for results to feel a certain way. They think, "When I achieve this goal, I will feel happy and successful," but this approach keeps their desires perpetually out of reach, as the energy of waiting signals lack in separation. Instead, reverse this equation. Feel happy and successful now, and your external reality will adjust to match your internal state. This shift requires a profound belief in the unseen. It is not about denying your current circumstances, but about choosing to focus on the reality you wish to create. For example, if you desire financial abundance, act as if you already possess it. This does not mean reckless spending, but adopting the mindset of someone who is financially secure. Speak, think, and make decisions from a place of confidence and abundance, and you will find that opportunities to grow your wealth begin to appear. The illusion of time often tempts us into doubt. We look around and see no immediate evidence of our desires manifesting, and we begin to question whether our efforts are working. But remember, reality is fluid and responds to your persistent belief. The moment you waver or revert to thoughts of lack, you disrupt the energetic alignment. Trust that what you desire exists for you now, even if your physical senses have yet to perceive it. Living in the end as though your result is already here requires practice. Visualization, affirmations, and gratitude can help anchor you in this state. Take time each day to imagine your desired reality vividly. See it, feel it, and know it as truth. Affirm with conviction that it is already done. Cultivate gratitude for your current blessings and for the fulfillment of your desire, as though it has already come to pass. When you transcend the illusion of time and act as if your result is present, you step into the role of a creator. You no longer wait for life to happen to you, you command life to align with your vision. This is the essence of manifestation: to live as though your desires are not on their way but are already here, unfolding perfectly in the eternal now. The key to manifesting results lies in mastering your inner state, focusing your thoughts with precision, fueling your desires with powerful emotions, detaching from the how and when, and transcending the illusion of time. Each of these principles invites you to step into the creative role you are destined to play. The reality you seek is not something distant, it is already present, waiting for you to align with it. Trust the process, act with conviction, and know that the universe is always working in your favor. Thank you for taking this journey of understanding and empowerment. May these words inspire you to create the life you envision with confidence and clarity. Imagine for a moment that the answers to every question, the solution to every problem, and the fulfillment of every desire already exist. Where would you search for them? Would you wander the world chasing fleeting treasures? Or would you turn inward, seeking the eternal source? To seek the kingdom of God is not a journey outward, it is an awakening within. The kingdom is not a place you visit, it is a state of being you embody. Scripture tells us the kingdom of God is within you. This is not metaphorical, it is literal. Within the depths of your consciousness lies the infinite power to create, transform, and manifest. To enter this kingdom, you must first align yourself with its laws. These are not the laws of man bound by limitation and fear. No, these are the laws of faith, imagination, and divine certainty. The kingdom responds not to your words, but to your inner conviction. It recognizes the language of feeling. Ask yourself, do you feel as though you already possess what you seek? Do you see yourself as the person you desire to be? If not, you have yet to find the kingdom. For in the kingdom there is no lack, no struggle, no separation from your desires. Everything exists in divine completion. Faith is your key. To believe without doubt, to trust without wavering, is to align yourself with the infinite. But faith is more than belief, it is a knowing that surpasses evidence. It is the willingness to step into the unknown, trusting that the unseen will reveal itself. Begin now by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire. Feel the joy, the peace, the gratitude as though it is already yours. This is how you seek the kingdom, not through striving, but through surrendering to the truth of your being. Detach yourself from the illusions of the outer world. The physical realm may tempt you with appearances of lack, but they are shadows of a deeper reality. Do not be swayed by what your eyes see. Instead, trust what your heart knows. Give thanks. Gratitude is the vibration of abundance, and it draws to you all that you desire. When you are thankful as though you already have, the kingdom opens its doors. Seek first the kingdom of God, not through effort, but through faith, imagination, and love. And all things shall be added unto you. The kingdom is here, it is now, and it is yours. The kingdom of God is not a place you can physically visit, nor is it something you can discover through external means. It is not hidden in the far corners of the earth, nor does it require a pilgrimage to sacred sites. The kingdom resides within you, waiting patiently for your recognition. It has always been there, untouched by the limitations of time and space, and it holds the answers to the deepest questions of your soul. To understand this, you must first realize that the external world is but a reflection of your inner state. What you see, feel, and experience outwardly originates from the invisible realm within you. This is the divine truth that so many overlook, distracted by the illusions of the physical world. They seek fulfillment in material possessions, validation from others, or status and success, only to find these pursuits leave them feeling empty. Why? Because they are looking in the wrong place. The kingdom of God does not operate on the level of the external. It is the source from which all things flow. The key to unlocking this kingdom is awareness. Most people live their lives unaware of the immense power within them. They are like heirs to a great fortune who have forgotten their inheritance. The moment you awaken to the truth that the kingdom resides within you, everything changes. You no longer feel bound by circumstances, for you understand that you are the creator of your reality. The power to transform your life lies not in changing the external, but in transforming the inner landscape of your consciousness. Think of your consciousness as the soil of the kingdom. What you plant there through your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs will grow and manifest in the physical world. This is why seeking the kingdom within is so vital. When you cultivate thoughts of love, faith, and abundance, you align yourself with the divine laws that govern creation. When you dwell in fear, doubt, or lack, you cut yourself off from the limitless resources of the kingdom. The choice is always yours, for the kingdom responds to your state of being. The kingdom is not something you earn or achieve. It is not a reward for good behavior or a prize to be won. It is your birthright. You are already a part of it, and it is already a part of you. The only thing required is your recognition. This recognition does not come through intellectual reasoning or external validation. It comes through a deep, intuitive knowing that transcends the mind. It is a quiet realization that you are one with the divine and the divine is one with you. When you begin to live from this understanding, you will notice a profound shift in your life. The struggles that once seemed insurmountable will lose their power over you. The desires that once felt out of reach will flow effortlessly into your experience. This is not because the external world has changed, but because you have aligned yourself with the truth of who you are. The kingdom within you is limitless. It knows no lack, no fear, and no separation. It is pure love, creativity, and abundance. To access the kingdom, you must quiet the noise of the outer world and turn inward. Spend time in stillness, in prayer, or in meditation. These practices help you peel away the layers of doubt and distraction that obscure the kingdom's presence. As you do, you will feel a sense of peace and certainty that nothing in the external world can shake. This is the power of the kingdom. It is unchanging, eternal, and ever-present. The kingdom within you is not just a concept, it is a living reality. It is the source of your being, the essence of your soul, and the wellspring of all that is good. It is not waiting for you to find it, for it has never been lost. It is simply waiting for you to recognize it, to turn inward, and to claim the divine inheritance that is already yours. Once you do, you will understand the profound truth that the kingdom of God is not a distant promise, it is a present reality within you, now and always. The kingdom of God is not a place you can physically visit, nor is it something you can discover through external means. It is not hidden in the far corners of the earth, nor does it require a pilgrimage to sacred sites. The kingdom resides within you, waiting patiently for your recognition. It has always been there, untouched by the limitations of time and space, and it holds the answers to the deepest questions of your soul. To understand this, you must first realize that the external world is but a reflection of your inner state. What you see, feel, and experience outwardly originates from the invisible realm within you. This is the divine truth that so many overlook, distracted by the illusions of the physical world. They seek fulfillment in material possessions, validation from others, or status and success, only to find these pursuits leave them feeling empty. Why? Because they are looking in the wrong place. The kingdom of God does not operate on the level of the external. It is the source from which all things flow. The key to unlocking this kingdom is awareness. Most people live their lives unaware of the immense power within them. They are like heirs to a great fortune who have forgotten their inheritance. The moment you awaken to the truth that the kingdom resides within you, everything changes. You no longer feel bound by circumstances, for you understand that you are the creator of your reality. The power to transform your life lies not in changing the external, but in transforming the inner landscape of your consciousness. Think of your consciousness as the soil of the kingdom. What you plant there through your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs will grow and manifest in the physical world. This is why seeking the kingdom within is so vital. When you cultivate thoughts of love, faith, and abundance, you align yourself with the divine laws that govern creation. When you dwell in fear, doubt, or lack, you cut yourself off from the limitless resources of the kingdom. The choice is always yours, for the kingdom responds to your state of being. The kingdom is not something you earn or achieve. It is not a reward for good behavior or a prize to be won. It is your birthright. You are already a part of it, and it is already a part of you. The only thing required is your recognition. This recognition does not come through intellectual reasoning or external validation. It comes through a deep, intuitive knowing that transcends the mind. It is a quiet realization that you are one with the divine, and the divine is one with you. When you begin to live from this understanding, you will notice a profound shift in your life. The struggles that once seemed insurmountable will lose their power over you. The desires that once felt out of reach will flow effortlessly into your experience. This is not because the external world has changed, but because you have aligned yourself with the truth of who you are. The kingdom within you is limitless. It knows no lack, no fear, and no separation. It is pure love, creativity, and abundance. To access the kingdom, you must quiet the noise of the outer world and turn inward. Spend time in stillness, in prayer, or in meditation. These practices help you peel away the layers of doubt and distraction that obscure the kingdom's presence. As you do, you will feel a sense of peace and certainty that nothing in the external world can shake. This is the power of the kingdom. It is unchanging, eternal, and ever present. The kingdom within you is not just a concept, it is a living reality. It is the source of your being, the essence of your soul, and the wellspring of all that is good. It is not waiting for you to find it, for it has never been lost. It is simply waiting for you to recognize it, to turn inward, and to claim the divine inheritance that is already yours. Once you do, you will understand the profound truth that the kingdom of God is not a distant promise, it is a present reality, within you, now and always. To seek the kingdom of God is to align your inner world with the divine vision, a vision where all things are possible and limitations dissolve in the face of infinite potential. The divine vision is not something foreign or distant, it is the blueprint of perfection that exists within you, silently guiding you toward your highest self. To align with it, you must first understand that this vision is rooted in love, abundance, and creativity. It is a reflection of the divine mind, ever expanding and endlessly giving. The process of alignment begins with awareness. Most people go through life unaware of the divine vision within them. They are so consumed by the noise of the outer world, the fears, doubts, and distractions that they fail to recognize the still, small voice calling them to something greater. This voice is not loud or forceful, it is gentle and persistent, urging you to rise above appearances and embrace the truth of your being. To align with the divine vision, you must first quiet the noise of the world. Turn inward and listen. In the silence you will find clarity. In the stillness you will perceive the vision that has always been within you. This vision does not come from your physical senses or the reasoning of your mind. It comes from the deeper part of you, the part that knows no separation from the divine. Once you perceive this vision, your task is to bring your inner world into harmony with it. This means shifting your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs to align with the truth that all things are possible. If you hold thoughts of limitation or doubt, you are out of alignment with the divine vision. If you allow fear or negativity to dominate your emotions, you are closing yourself off from the limitless possibilities of the kingdom. Aligning with the divine vision requires faith in the unseen, faith in the power within you, and faith in the perfection of the divine plan. This faith is not blind optimism, it is a deep knowing that transcends appearances. Even when the external world seems chaotic or discouraging, faith anchors you in the reality of the kingdom, where all things are already accomplished. To cultivate this faith, practice seeing beyond the physical. When you look at your circumstances, do not accept them as fixed or final. Instead, see them as malleable, shaped by the power of your inner vision. Imagine the life you desire as though it is already yours. Feel the joy, the peace, and the fulfillment of living in alignment with the divine. This is not wishful thinking, it is the creative process by which the kingdom operates. As you align your inner world with the divine vision, you will notice a profound transformation in your life. Opportunities will appear where there seem to be none. Relationships will flourish and obstacles will dissolve. This is not because the outer world has suddenly changed, it is because your inner alignment has shifted, and the outer world must reflect this change. The physical realm is a mirror of your inner state, and when your inner world is in harmony with the divine vision, the mirror reflects beauty, abundance, and perfection. The divine vision also calls you to live in integrity with your highest self. This means acting in ways that align with love, compassion, and truth. It means letting go of behaviors and attitudes that are rooted in fear or selfishness. When you live in alignment with the divine vision, your actions become an extension of your inner harmony. You radiate the qualities of the kingdom: peace, joy, and abundance, and these qualities ripple out to bless others. It is important to understand that aligning with the divine vision is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. Life will present challenges and distractions, tempting you to fall back into old patterns of doubt and fear. In these moments, return to the vision. Remind yourself of the truth that the kingdom is within you. and that all things are possible. Through persistence and faith, this alignment becomes your natural state. You no longer strive or struggle, for you are in harmony with the flow of divine creation. The vision guides you effortlessly, and you move through life with a sense of purpose and grace. The kingdom is not something you seek outside yourself, it is the reality you embody when you align with the divine vision within. This is the path to fulfillment, peace, and infinite possibility. Faith is the cornerstone of accessing the kingdom of God, the unseen reality that exists beyond the limits of our physical senses. It is the pathway that bridges the gap between what is visible and what is yet to manifest. To walk this path, you must cultivate an unwavering belief in the unseen, a belief that is not dictated by appearances or circumstances, but is rooted in the truth of your divine nature. Faith is the foundation upon which the kingdom stands, and without it, the doors to infinite possibilities remain closed. Faith begins with the recognition that there is more to life than what meets the eye. The physical world, as tangible as it seems, is but a shadow of a deeper, more profound reality. This unseen reality, the kingdom of God, operates on principles that transcend the material. It is a realm of infinite potential, where all things are possible, and where every desire and dream already exist in its perfect form. To access this realm, you must trust in its existence, even when there is no physical evidence to support it. This trust, however, is not blind or naive. It is a deep inner knowing, a certainty that goes beyond logic or reason. It is the quiet assurance that the power of the divine is working within you, even when the outer world appears unchanged. This kind of faith requires you to shift your focus from the external to the internal, from the seen to the unseen. It asks you to rely not on what your eyes can see, but on what your heart knows to be true. Faith is not passive, it is an active force that shapes your reality. When you hold a vision of what you desire and maintain faith in its fulfillment, you align yourself with the creative power of the kingdom. This alignment is not about hoping or wishing, it is about knowing. It is standing firm in the belief that what you seek is already yours, even before it appears in your experience. This unwavering belief creates a vibrational match between you and your desire, drawing it into your life with the certainty of divine law. Doubt is the greatest enemy of faith. When you allow doubt to enter your mind, you sever the connection between you and the kingdom. Doubt arises when you focus on appearances and allow them to dictate your beliefs. It whispers that your desires are too big, that the obstacles are too great, or that you are unworthy of receiving what you seek. To overcome doubt, you must anchor yourself in the truth that the kingdom is not limited by the physical world. It operates on a higher plane, where all things are possible. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate faith is through imagination. Imagination is the tool by which you connect with the unseen reality of the kingdom. When you imagine your desires as already fulfilled, you create a mental blueprint that the divine power within you brings to life. This act of imagining is not mere fantasy, it is a spiritual practice that activates the creative forces of the universe. It allows you to see beyond appearances and focus on the truth of what is possible. It also requires patience. The kingdom operates in perfect timing, which often differs from our own expectations. When you plant a seed of faith, you must give it time to grow. Impatience is a sign of doubt, a lack of trust in the process. True faith remains steadfast, even when the results are not immediately visible. It understands that delays are not denials but opportunities for greater growth and alignment. Living with faith transforms every aspect of your life. It replaces fear with confidence, lack with abundance, and struggle with ease. It allows you to navigate challenges with grace, knowing that the power of the kingdom is always working on your behalf. Faith gives you the strength to let go of control and trust in the divine order of things. It frees you from the need to force outcomes, allowing you to flow with the natural rhythm of creation. Faith is the pathway to the kingdom because it aligns you with the divine power within you. It is the key that unlocks the door to infinite possibilities, the bridge that connects you to your highest self. When you live with faith, you are no longer a passive observer of life, you become a conscious creator, shaping your reality in harmony with the divine. Faith is not just a belief, it is a way of being, a state of mind that opens the floodgates of the kingdom and allows its blessings to flow into every area of your life. Entering the kingdom of God begins with a profound yet simple truth. To experience the reality you desire, you must first assume the feeling of your wish already fulfilled. This is not a passive act but an intentional shift in consciousness, where you move from hoping and waiting to living as though your desired state is already your reality. By doing so, you align yourself with the creative power of the kingdom, and what you imagine inwardly becomes your external experience. To assume the feeling of your desired state, you must understand that creation begins within. The outer world is a reflection of your inner state, and what you feel, believe, and imagine inwardly is inevitably mirrored in your external circumstances. Most people wait for external changes to dictate their feelings, believing they will feel happy or fulfilled once they achieve their desires. However, this approach is backward. The kingdom operates on a higher law. You must first feel the reality of your desire within yourself, and only then will it manifest in the world around you. This practice requires living in the end. Living in the end means fully immersing yourself in the experience of your wish fulfilled. It is not enough to think about your desire or visualize it as something distant. You must feel it as real and present now. Imagine yourself already possessing what you seek. See it in your mind's eye, hear the sounds, and feel the emotions as though it is already yours. This is not daydreaming, it is the deliberate creation of your reality. The key to this process is emotion. Feeling is the language of the kingdom, the bridge between your inner world and the outer manifestation. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you activate the creative power within you, setting the wheels of divine law into motion. The intensity and sincerity of your feelings determine the speed and clarity with which your desire takes form. Half-hearted or doubtful emotions create mixed results, but unwavering faith in your imagined reality ensures its eventual realization. This practice also requires discipline of mind. The world will often present you with evidence contrary to your desire, tempting you to doubt or abandon your vision. To live in the end, you must remain steadfast, refusing to be swayed by appearances. This is not denial of reality, but recognition that the true reality lies within you. The outer world is fluid, shaped by the power of your inner assumptions. As you persist in assuming the feeling of your desired state, the external world will inevitably conform to match it. Living in the end also involves letting go of how your desire will manifest. The kingdom operates with perfect wisdom and timing, orchestrating circumstances in ways that often surpass human understanding. Your task is not to figure out the how, but to remain faithful to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Trust that the divine power within you knows the best way to bring your desire into being. It is important to approach this practice with a sense of gratitude and joy. Gratitude is a powerful amplifier of your inner state, signaling to the kingdom that you are ready to receive. By feeling grateful for your desire as though it is already yours, you create a vibrational match with the reality you wish to experience. This gratitude is not forced or contrived, it is a natural response to the realization that the kingdom is always working for your highest good. As you assume the feeling of your desired state, you may notice subtle but profound changes in your behavior, thoughts, and interactions. You begin to carry yourself with the confidence and peace of someone who knows their desires are assured. Opportunities, people, and circumstances align effortlessly, as though the universe itself is conspiring to bring your vision to life. This is the power of living in the end, a power that transforms not only your external reality but also your inner sense of self. Assuming the feeling of your desired state is an act of faith and surrender. It is a declaration that you trust in the power of the kingdom within you, that you believe in the reality of your imagination more than the limitations of the physical world. This shift in consciousness is the key to unlocking the infinite potential of the kingdom, where every dream, desire, and wish is already complete. By living in the end, you step into your divine inheritance, experiencing life as it was always meant to be abundant, joyful, and aligned with the limitless possibilities of the divine. The physical world often presents a mirage of limitation, a convincing illusion that what you desire is distant, difficult, or impossible to attain. It weaves a narrative of scarcity, lack, and separation, urging you to believe in its constraints and accept them as absolute. But the truth is, these appearances are not reality. They are temporary shadows cast by the deeper, infinite reality of the kingdom of God within you. To seek the kingdom, you must rise above these illusions and detach from the belief in lack. You must recognize that the limitations of the outer world have no power except that which you grant them. The illusion of lack is rooted in the senses. When you observe the world through the lens of physical evidence alone, it is easy to feel bound by its seeming limitations. You may see insufficient resources, unfulfilled desires, or obstacles that appear insurmountable. But these perceptions are not reflective of the truth. They are projections of a limited understanding shaped by fear, doubt, and disbelief. The kingdom calls you to see beyond appearances and anchor yourself in the reality of abundance and fulfillment that exists within. To detach from the illusion of lack, you must first understand its nature. Lack is not a condition of the external world, it is a state of consciousness. When you believe in scarcity, you create it in your experience. Your focus on what is missing perpetuates the very absence you seek to overcome. This is the paradox of lack. The more you dwell on it, the more real it becomes. But the moment you shift your focus to the infinite abundance of the kingdom, the illusion begins to dissolve, and you align yourself with the limitless supply of the divine. This shift in focus requires a deliberate reprogramming of the mind. You must train yourself to see beyond the evidence of the senses and trust in the unseen reality of the kingdom. This is not about denying the challenges of the physical world, but about recognizing that they do not define your ultimate truth. The kingdom operates on a higher plane, where lack does not exist and every need is already met. By aligning your thoughts and feelings with this higher reality, you rise above the illusion and step into the flow of divine abundance. Detachment from lack also involves releasing attachment to specific outcomes. Often the illusion of lack is perpetuated by a fixation on how your desires should manifest. You may cling to a particular path or time frame, believing that fulfillment can only come in one way. But the kingdom operates with infinite creativity, often bringing about your desires in ways you could never predict or imagine. By letting go of rigid expectations, you open yourself to the limitless possibilities of divine provision. Gratitude is a powerful tool for breaking free from the illusion of lack. When you focus on what you already have, you shift your awareness from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude amplifies your connection to the kingdom, reminding you that you are always provided for, and that there is no true lack in the divine reality. This sense of thankfulness creates a fertile ground for the manifestation of your desires, allowing the riches of the kingdom to flow into your life effortlessly. Faith plays a crucial role in this process. To detach from the illusion of lack, you must cultivate an unshakable belief in the abundance of the kingdom. This faith is not blind optimism, it is a deep knowing that the power of the divine is greater than any appearance of limitation. When you trust in the infinite supply of the kingdom, you no longer feel the need to strive or struggle. Instead, you rest in the assurance that all your needs are already met, and you allow this inner certainty to shape your outer reality. Rising above the illusion of lack also requires a shift in identity. As long as you see yourself as separate from the divine, you will feel incomplete and lacking. But when you recognize that the kingdom is within you, that you are one with its infinite power and intelligence, you transcend the illusion of separation. You no longer see yourself as a limited being trying to attain something external. Instead, you understand that everything you desire is already yours, waiting to be claimed through your awareness. Detaching from lack is not about ignoring the challenges of life, but about approaching them from a higher perspective. It is about seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth, scarcity as an invitation to trust, and setbacks as stepping stones toward greater alignment with the kingdom. This perspective transforms your relationship with the world, allowing you to navigate it with confidence, peace, and purpose. The illusion of lack loses its grip the moment you awaken to the truth of the kingdom within you. By detaching from the belief in limitation and embracing the reality of infinite abundance, you step into your divine inheritance. The physical world may continue to present appearances of lack, but they no longer have power over you. You walk with the assurance that the kingdom is your true reality, a reality where every need is met, every desire is fulfilled, and every possibility is within reach. Gratitude is the master key to the treasures of the kingdom. It is not merely a polite acknowledgement or a fleeting emotion, but a profound state of being that aligns you with the divine flow of abundance. Gratitude opens the doors to all that you seek by shifting your consciousness from lack to fulfillment, from separation to oneness. It allows you to dwell in the reality of your desires fulfilled, making them tangible and present in your life. The essence of gratitude lies in giving thanks as though your prayers have already been answered. This is a radical departure from the common approach of waiting for external circumstances to change before expressing appreciation. When you practice gratitude in this way, you declare your faith in the unseen, affirming that the reality you desire already exists within the kingdom. You step into the vibration of your fulfilled desire, and in doing so you call it forth into your experience. Gratitude is not bound by conditions. It does not depend on what you can see, hear, or touch in the physical world. True gratitude springs from a deeper knowing, a recognition of the infinite abundance that surrounds you and flows through you. When you cultivate this awareness, you realize that there is no lack, no separation, and no limitation in the kingdom. Everything you could ever need or desire is already yours, waiting for you to claim it through your consciousness. This practice of gratitude requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what is missing or what is not yet materialized, you direct your attention to the blessings already present in your life. These blessings may be as simple as the air you breathe, the warmth of the sun, or the love of a friend. By acknowledging and appreciating these gifts, you attune yourself to the frequency of abundance. The more you give thanks, the more you align with the flow of the kingdom, and the more you open yourself to receive. Gratitude also amplifies the creative power within you. When you give thanks for your desires as though they are already fulfilled, you impress this reality upon your subconscious mind. The subconscious, being the creative medium of the kingdom, responds to this impression by bringing it into form. Your consistent gratitude acts as a seed planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness that grows and manifests in the physical world. This practice requires faith and imagination. It may feel unnatural at first to give thanks for something you cannot yet see or touch. But this is where the power of the kingdom lies, in the unseen, in the realm of infinite possibilities. By giving thanks in advance, you activate the creative forces of the universe, signaling your readiness to receive. You move beyond doubt and hesitation, stepping into the certainty that your desires are already yours. Gratitude also dissolves resistance. When you focus on what you are thankful for, you shift your energy from fear and worry to love and trust. This shift allows you to release the struggle and effort that often accompany the pursuit of your desires. Instead of striving to make things happen, you relax into the flow of the kingdom, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. Gratitude becomes a bridge between your inner vision and its outer manifestation. Furthermore, gratitude transforms your relationships and interactions. When you approach others with a spirit of thankfulness, you create an atmosphere of harmony and connection. Your gratitude uplifts those around you, inspiring them to recognize their own blessings. This ripple effect spreads outward, enriching not only your life but the lives of everyone you encounter. In this way, gratitude becomes a force for collective good, multiplying the treasures of the kingdom. Practicing gratitude also strengthens your trust in divine timing. There may be moments when your desires seem delayed or unattainable. In these moments, gratitude anchors you in the assurance that the kingdom is always working for your highest good. By giving thanks for what is yet to come, you affirm your faith in the divine plan, trusting that everything will manifest at the perfect time and in the perfect way. The gratitude is a recognition of your oneness with the divine. When you give thanks, you affirm that you are not separate from the source of all abundance, but an integral part of it. This awareness dissolves the illusion of lack and empowers you to claim your inheritance as a child of the kingdom. Gratitude becomes not just a practice, but a way of life, a continual acknowledgement of the infinite blessings that flow to you and through you. As you embody gratitude, you unlock the doors to the treasures of the kingdom. You step into a reality where every prayer is answered, every need is met, and every desire is fulfilled. Gratitude transforms your consciousness, allowing you to live in the fullness of the kingdom here and now. By giving thanks, not as a reaction but as a declaration, you align yourself with the divine flow and open the way for miracles to unfold in your life. In seeking the kingdom of God, you embark on a journey that begins within. It is a path that calls for alignment with the divine vision, unwavering faith, and the ability to assume the feeling of your desires already fulfilled. It challenges you to rise above the illusions of lack, embrace gratitude as a living reality, and trust in the unseen power that governs all things. This journey is not one of striving but of surrender, letting go of fear, doubt, and separation to step into the infinite abundance, love, and wisdom that have always been yours. The kingdom is not a distant destination, it is the essence of who you are. By turning inward and aligning your consciousness with the divine, you unlock its treasures and bring its fullness into your daily life. Every thought, feeling, and belief becomes a prayer, shaping your reality and drawing you closer to the realization of your highest self. Trust in the process, remain steadfast in your faith, and let the truth of the kingdom transform every aspect of your existence. Thank you for embarking on this profound journey. May you find the kingdom within, live in its abundance, and radiate its blessings to the world.